today's warm-up or today's theory, we're going to be wrestling a one-armed person inside our full guard. We're going to go for an arm bar, but we're going to go the wrong way.
Oh, I get where you're going.
That's what yeah.
So we're going to be wrestling a one-armed person inside our full guard, but we're going to do the arm bar the wrong way. So, Ian, you're blind that's close enough to have one arm. Do I stick one behind me? Okay. So
Do I stick one in behind?
Let's stick one behind you, mate. Okay. One arm.
Do you know when I got one?
I can make it see if I've only got one.
I know that, but I don't want that.
So I'm going to do a arm bar on the one arm, but we're doing it the wrong way. Okay. So my foot comes up behind the head, my leg comes up. And pretty much we're going to be putting ourselves into the Oma Plata. So from here, we're just going to work. The reason why I'm saying one arm is that it like sometimes the two arms, the other arm gets in the way. So we're going to have a look at this. The easiest way I know how, his foot goes on the hip. So collar and sleeve, it goes on the hip. The hardest part on the Oma Plata or the arm bar is that I've got to get my heel to my knee. And this is the part that I see people misunderstand. So I've got to get my heel to my knee. And that will cut the angle. I then bring my leg over the head. So there's more weight on the neck and the shoulders, and there's less weight on the back for obvious reasons. Like if I put my weight onto the back, Ian can post up, run around the guard, etc. So it's really important that my heel travels towards the neckline, and this will help keep the weight of my partner. To double it up, I'll put my foot over. You have to be quite careful that your partner doesn't reach up, grab the toes, and you can ankle lock you. We'll do this a little bit later on, but there's the risk of an ankle lock here. We're not going to do it, but we'll have a look. Okay, so inside the full guard again. So one hand behind the back, collar and sleeve. So foot on the hip, my knee facing high. Pull the arm, take my heel to my knee, pull out, switch the arm, cross it over. I do want to have a triangle mechanic, so this makes it a lot tighter. I do like to keep my foot a little bit elevated. We'll talk about this in a second. So we just want to get to this position here, have the arm folded, and we want to be almost like 90 degrees, like we're playing side guard. So side guard would be that I'm playing my guard, and I'm playing it on the side, but with the exception is I have a locking mechanic here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is a little bit of revision from last week. So I like to run the theme where we start a new month, like November, run a certain thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to just do the add-on. This isn't particularly difficult to do if you haven't done the classes, but it'll be the thing that we're going to be working on for this week. So I'm inside the guard. We've spoken about denying the collar grip. So number one is I do like to have my knees spread. I do like to have my shoulders back behind my hand line. I don't like to have my shoulders over because I'm going to get broken down. Even if I don't get broken down, they get easy access into my collars with the collar choke. So I do want to keep this as difficult as possible. So as I reach inside my collar, I call this CPR, one hand, two hand, like we're doing a wrist lock. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping the tension. So that way the mechanic for them to escape is generally to pull it away from it. I don't want them to be able to punch it through because that'll take my hands across the body. So I do apply light pressure this way. If I get the wrist lock, it's a bonus, but it's not what we're doing it for. Two things, please don't bring your shoulders forward when you step up. It's one of the biggest things I see people try and go, and what they're doing, they're trying to take their weight off their foot. So what I'm doing instead is I'm going to push down and off to the side. So from here, so that's light, I step up on the same side. My hips turn in, so I put a little bit of pressure. This makes it difficult for my partner to keep the close guard. I'm not just stepping up where they get access to manipulate me, so I'm stepping up and turning it in. What I'm doing now is I step up, I take a small back step with my secondary leg. So as I step up, I take a small back step, and this will put me in a position to be able to pass guard. If you're wondering, right, this is the one arm man. We're going to do the arm bar on the wrong side. So this is how we're going to get to the Oma Plata off the standing guard pass. It's one of the weaknesses in it's a chink in the armour. The part you have to do is you have to shoot your hips up high to to get a good Oma Plata. So once again, we're just going to go grip, CPR, wrist lock from here, knees backwards, step up, turn the hips, boom. So I'm feeling pretty good. And as I'm here, as I'm pushing the leg down, right, this is the hardest part, is we're going to bring the heel to my far shoulder so it locks me in position. Now, we're in that like an Oma Plata, we keep the hand pinned. To make this work, we take our hamstring towards the ground, towards me, that puts me face down, and here we are. So your hand should be in a position. We're going to stop here. We're in a fairly good position as far as for Eli, not so good for me. Okay. Who would like to set just one more time? Okay, so CPR pass, the standing guard pass. So control. The reason why I'm saying wrist lock is I get the wrists, the fingers, and I'm compressing to make it harder. I don't want to go on this side here when my partner's wrist is free to manipulate this from under and over. I do like to control both sides of it. When I'm stepping up, I'm trying to manipulate by raising the hips and turning the hips to the side. So as I step up, I compress. And this is pretty good for me as well. Like it makes it easier. As I'm stepping up, I'm going to exaggerate, I'm turning my whole body to the side. The good thing about it is it's easy for me to pass the guard. The bad thing about it is that I am exposed to the Oma Plata. So foot goes on the hip, lock it over, you can go underneath the leg and make sure your hamstring goes to the ground. Keep the arm pinned and sit up just a little bit. And this is where we're going to stop. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Change partners, please. Mr. Carter, in my guard, please. How's your shoulders? Good.
We'll find out.
Okay. So the issue, come around this side, guys. It's easier to see. So one of the issues that I've had, and I've spoken about this, is Steve has this hand pinned, right? So what I'm seeing is that we're using this arm to grab the leg to roll over or whatever. I don't have use of this arm. So I've got the collar, I've got the sleeve. So as Steve gives me CPR, stands up and compresses my hips, he's going to keep this hand. So he's going to step up onto both feet and compress. So what I'm seeing is, like at this stage here, I don't have, he's still got that arm. So I can't put my hand under the leg. Right. So what I'm doing is I'm going to cross grip. And this is the hardest part. Shoot my leg high and here. And this will almost put me in a bit because he's got the hold of it. Now, the part that happens is this. We're going to go stage 1 and stage 2. So stage 1, and this is better for my partner, I put my foot on the ground. I haven't got my hamstring on the ground. So this is better for my partner. I do like to get the belt grip. This is not for everyone. As Steve powers back up, right, I'm simply going to go like this. Now this is the hardest part. Bring my leg up and switch it to my triangle. Right, it's the most, I see a lot of people, they chase the Oma Plata and they chase the sweep. I actually have the triangle set up. I've just got to rehash the triangle. So once again, so Steve's inside my guard, stands up from here. So I get a cross grip. Very important. He's going to be pushing that leg down. Let him. Here. Turn. Kick. Hold and hold. He goes. I don't want to get swept, so I just bring my knee. So my knee this way here. So I'm kind of going, hey, I'm forcing his head with my knee into this knee to close the gap. What I'm also doing is I'm closing the gap to be able to lock the triangle. Now, my heel is right into his shoulder blades, which makes it difficult. I can finish the triangle from here. I don't have to switch. Right. So if I start to torque my knees and squeeze, it's not a nice triangle. As they power up, I simply switch and the armbar and the triangle comes on. So I've got this really nice mechanic to keep him inside the triangle the entire time and just keep the squeeze on both sides. So I can triangle on that side, I can triangle on this side, as long as I'm closing the gap. So it's not like I have a, you must go here. I do have a preferred side, which is just swinging back on that way. But anyone that's half decent isn't going to go there because they realise that they're going to go back into triangle, so they're going to keep on that side here. Thank you. Ian, come here, buddy. Okay, so Ian's inside my full guard. He has my hand. I've got the collar grip, he stands up, swap my grip, he uses his left hand to push my leg open, here we are, put my leg up, swing, boom, here. Now, I get hold of the belt, this is my attachment. As Ian starts to sit to post up, I bring my knee in, and this is the hardest part, so I bring the face in. So I get my knee to this side of the face, and I'm bringing the face towards me, to lock up. Triangle. I've got the arm to come rescue. If I need to, push, hip bump, switch.
If he's being awkward rather than not changing his posture, he's just going to go for the
So,
arm to check it.
if he's not going to sit up, yeah. So the next part would be like, I'm baiting the triangle, but he knows it. I simply go hamstring on the ground and cross my feet. Hamstring on the ground,
Get out.
cross my feet. And we're back into the armbar or the triangle, which we'll do next. So this would be what if they've been like, well, that was off video, but it's okay. But if they won't come up, we're going to use it to.
You know when you first had the triangle and then they don't change their posture again.
Yeah, come in, switch.
Still got the arms there. You know what I mean?
So he's got my hand, stands up inside my guard, collar grip from here, so boom, I'll switch from here. So if they keep hold, just think about it this way, right, is you can hold my leg if you're into that kind of stuff. Is if I leave that here and I kick, you have to post.
Yeah.
Now, what you're saying,
If I went, you know when you do that first triangle
and
it's not hooked up properly,
Yeah.
whereas you get from here,
Yeah.
because you're waiting for everybody to move so you can change
no,
it.
no,
So you're going to start going for the arm
No.
plate with it?
no. So like, good, if Scotty goes, he's in a good position, like he goes, there's no way I'm going to move. Think about it this way, squeeze from here,
Yeah,
start,
yeah.
and I'm
I'm
gonna.
have to move.
So think about it this way, he's gonna go, oh, thank you, like, and you know, you give me
Yeah.
what I want. So you can sit there, but I'm going to start to attack your shoulder. I'm squeezing your neck. Look, it's uncomfortable, and if it was a match to the death, you probably wouldn't. But I'm just going to wrench your shoulder, and I'm going to keep squeezing. So eventually, it's going to be a blood choke, or I'm going to get the shoulder cramp on you. Is everyone okay with that? Change partners. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, guys. I'm going to grab Steve Kleider again, and we're going to start exactly the same. So inside, he's got the CPR, the grip, stands up inside my guard from here, cross grip it from here. Okay, foot goes out wide, raise my hips, boom, Oma Plata here. But what's happening is I'm having a lot of trouble. Like he's kept really low. He's got his head in. I know I'm having trouble getting to the Oma Plata or the triangle, right? So we're going to go like this, and this is a really awkward mechanic. I'm going to put this knee on the inside of this arm, and this is the hardest part. So they generally want to kind of get the arm out, so we're going to let them get the arm to this position, but I'm keeping my hand on that side so he can't get it any further. Okay, turn my side, my knee comes through, and now start to look for the back. So this is a nice cruisy way to take the back from here. It does require a little bit more work, but what it's based on is that I've got the Oma Plata position, and they've got, and you know when you lose that arm, it's like I'm trying to get that arm back. So I've got the belt line. What I'm doing is we're going to hold the belt. I do prefer that grip because it's a stronger mechanic for me versus that grip, but it's up to you guys. So think about it this way, it says hip escape, put this here. Right. So it's kind of very, very weird. And they can be as stubborn as I want to from here, but keep this. So I'm doing like a crab ride, very style, or spider guard, open guard. This is the hardest part. Take your head to your knee. Take your head to your knee, change your grip, take it back. Scott. So just starting on the Plata, and this would be like, you know, those guys that are really stubborn and blue geese and brown belts. Here's a perfect example. Kills my leg. Oma Plata, and I'm here, I'm like that. And he's like, no, get the arm out. And we got, you know, that stupid battle where I don't have the Oma Plata, don't have the arm bar, I'm in that no man's land. Okay, so small hip escape, feet on the inside. Right, the hardest part. Turn to your side, sit up, grab the back of the collar. Make sure your feet bow his face. Roll to your right hand side, open your leg, pull the collar, take the back. This is a really cool option, very, very underrated option. Not many people think they're going to take the back for an Oma Plata. Not many people think that. Like it's a kind of cool little mechanic from here. Ian, come in. I'm just going to throw you into the Oma Plata, Ian, if that's okay. Yeah. So stay here. Okay, so we're in the Oma Plata position from here. And I've lost that arm, like, you know, that it's got, look, you know, I've got a wrist lock, but I'm not that kind of guy. I'm going to spin you around a little bit more in. Yeah. So we're here. So the hardest part is that, like, you know, I've got this is the small hip escape. So hip escape, that is the hardest part. Once you're here, you jam. So I can keep him pinned by keep my knees spread, grab the back of the collar, and they're normally thinking, man, he's out. So as I roll, hook, foot comes out, straight to the back. Now, for those of you that like to apply a heavy choke, your hand is in the back on the carotid. Your other hand comes down the front and we squeeze the choke. It's like a collar choke, but I'm punching in the back of the neck. Right, so my hand's already here. That's so cool. Grab the collar, just pull, punch. Sorry, I was doing it really nice as well. Pull, punch. I just start moving backwards and punch, choke my partner.
So you're trying to get your left hand around so that other
Yeah, I'll just like get so I'm taking the second and just punch it. So if Ian turns left or turns right, yeah. But I'm not here. I need to move away and just punch choke from here. Okay. 3 minutes, change partners, let's have some fun. 1, 2, 3. This option A will do option B in a second. So option 2, grab Ian please, inside my full guard. We'll just start on the Oma Plata position again. So Ian over here, good job buddy. So start in the Oma Plata position. And once again, it's like I've got the belt line. And what's happening is my partner's been quite having trouble going to the triangle or or the back, and they've got this really good grip. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to cycle myself out. So the same motion is this. I'm going to cycle myself out, and this is the hardest part. Is this cycle, hand comes under. Okay. Lock, squeeze. I'm going to go nice and slow. Kick my legs long, squeeze. On my partner over and squeeze. So this is the easiest way to get your rollover and just to set us up into the secondary position, right? Because I've attached to my partner, I've become a cylinder. The squeeze normally gets a little bit of reaction action and I get to roll over. Because I come on top, they can't rescue guard because I've got a really nice body lock on them. We're going to back step to an armbar or back step to control. I am after a submission today, so I am going to get the sweep points first of all. It's from my guard. I'm going to get the sweep points, and then I'm going to set up my attack. So one more time. So, Oma Plata from here. So I've got the control of the belt. Like I said, it doesn't kind of matter right now, whatever grip you can get. I'll try to move my partner, but they're being quite stubborn from here. Okay, so shoot your hand under. And what I try to do is get my hand so that my thumb's facing me, my palm is facing that way, so I get my grip. One motion, squeeze as hard as I can, kick, lock my leg. So I'm just going here, and I can roll my part over pretty easy from here. Once we're here, I like to sit, back step. Now, we're in the position. There's an armbar, already at the armbar. If they do sit up, they sit up straight into triangle. So here's your triangle from here. Lock it up, or they go overhead and armbar. Alright, Scotty, come here please, thank you. Back. So once we have the Oma Plata and we're in position, this way. Yeah. So that hand goes under and holds my body. And now I'm feeling pretty good. So as you kick your legs straight and squeeze, it kind of locks me and I can't stop the roll. Sit. Here's your points. 1, 2. Hold the arm. Back step over my head. And here we are. So even if I sit up, it's like this whole fight, you know what I mean? I'm in such a bad position. Swing over there. Okay? Keep your hips forwards. So I can't risk the arm. Don't let me get my frame in. Right, don't let me get my frame in because it becomes a fight. Even though that feels like the correct thing to get the arm bar, if your hips are forward, you can just start to walk around my body and you can pick up the, you know what I mean? So keep those hips driving forward. Last time I did this demo, the person farted on me. When I squeezed their waist, it was Ian. Didn't make it to the YouTube channel for obvious reasons. Okay, let's have a shot, guys. 1, 2, 3.